Some stories don't disappear. They wait. They wait behind sealed files. They wait inside years that don't add up. They wait inside people who were there before the story became polished. For a long time, one man stayed silent while history was rewritten without him. Trevor Engelson. Not a royal, not a celebrity spokesman, not a man chasing relevance, just the man who knew Meghan Markle before the narrative became clean. According to individuals close to Trevor's private circle, what he carried wasn't anger. It wasn't revenge. It was discomfort. The kind that comes from watching the world accept a version of events you know is incomplete. This is not a fairy tale retold. This is the story that never made it past the edit. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Long before palace gates and global interviews, Meghan Markle lived a life that wasn't watched. No press, no protection, no mythology. And during that time, Trevor knew her before the reset. Sources familiar with his circle say Trevor never disputed the ambition, the drive, or the intelligence. But what disturbed him wasn't what was shown, it was what quietly disappeared. A chapter missing, a year erased, a timeline smoothed until it no longer reflected reality. People assume fame erases the past. It doesn't. It only lowers the volume. And when you turn the volume back up, something strange appears. A gap that refuses to explain itself. According to long-standing whispers tied to Nevada court records, the silence begins in Las Vegas. Not the version tourists see, but a modest chapel off the Strip. No cameras, no guests, no celebration. According to these claims, Meghan, barely known, barely watched, entered into a legal marriage as a teenager. Not symbolic, not theatrical, legal. Marriage certificates don't lie, unless they're erased. What followed, according to those same whispers, wasn't divorce. It was something far more effective, an annulment. In Nevada, annulments move quickly, and if requested, files can be sealed entirely.
Sealed records don't leave traces, they don't raise red flags, they simply vanish. And that is exactly what is said to have happened. On paper, the marriage never existed, but time doesn't erase memory. After Las Vegas, Meghan's timeline does something unusual. It stops. Publicly, the explanation is harmless. A gap year. Travel. Exploration. Self-discovery. But researchers who later examined the record noticed something troubling. No travel documentation. No academic exchanges. No photographs. No witnesses. For an entire year, Meghan Markle leaves no footprint. According to accounts tied to extended family circles, she didn't travel at all. She stayed in Chicago, quietly, hidden from view, and this is where the allegations turn heavier.
According to whispered claims from individuals connected to that household, during that missing year, a child was born.
Not publicly, not under Meghan's name, not in a way that would ever surface easily. A baby girl. The arrangement, according to these sources, was immediate and permanent. The child would be raised within another family, protected, renamed, shielded from attention. Meghan would step away. One relative, according to recollections, later said quietly,
"She was hers before she was ours."
No celebration, no photos, no trail, just silence.
By the time Meghan re-emerged publicly, that chapter was gone. When Meghan appears again, she is transformed. Northwestern University, theater studies, new friendships, a clean biography. No Vegas, no missing year, no child, no sealed records. From that moment forward, the story moves in one direction, forward, and anyone from before simply disappears. No contact, no overlap, no witnesses. This wasn't growing up, it was starting over. Years later, researchers began noticing something subtle but persistent. The math didn't work. Class photos placed Meghan among students significantly older than her official age. Alumni records showed graduation timelines that didn't align. Archived listings quietly referenced alternate birth years. Nothing dramatic, just enough to matter. If those dates were closer to the truth, then everything else suddenly fit. The Las Vegas marriage, the missing year, the alleged birth. The puzzle stopped resisting. It clicked. People assume official records are untouchable. History says otherwise. Years later, when Meghan's son was born in the UK, his birth certificate was quietly amended. Her name removed. Her title inserted. Palace officials called it procedural, but insiders acknowledged something critical. They had never seen it done before. If a royal birth certificate can be altered under global scrutiny, what about sealed files from the 1990s? If the allegations are true, that child wouldn't be a child anymore. She would be an adult, nearly 30. According to whispered recollections from Chicago neighborhoods, there was always a young woman present at family gatherings, unintroduced, unexplained, but known. And recently, those same whispers claim she has had a child of her own.
Another generation. Another life beginning in silence. If true, the implications are staggering. It would mean Meghan Markle is not just a mother, but already a grandmother. This is where Trevor Engelson returns to the story. He knew Meghan before the erasure, before the reset, before the biography became smooth. According to people close to him, Trevor never shouted, never leaked, never chased headlines. He simply confirmed quietly that the past was more complicated than the public was told. Not invented, managed. Individually, these details can be dismissed. Together, they form a pattern. Sealed files, missing years, altered documents. Silence enforced through distance. Secrets don't die. They wait. And blood has a way of reopening doors no palace can keep shut forever. The real question isn't if this chapter exists. It's what happens when someone inside it decides to stop staying silent. This content is presented as opinion, speculation, and dramatized interpretation based on publicly discussed claims, rumors, and narrative analysis.